everyone. Welcome to the Hall Family Wines Happy Hour. My name is Catherine Walt-Hall. We are so glad that you joined us, and we hope that we can be a bright spot in your afternoon. First, I want to remind you all that our tasting rooms are now open. We are all so excited about this. All five of our tasting rooms from Hall and Walt and Baca are open and ready for you, and we'd love you to come see us. We've taken a lot of precautions to make sure that when you come, your visit is safe and that you know you're safe. We want you to have a fabulous time when you're here, and we want you to leave healthy. So I have some pictures here to show you, just to sort of entice you about what your experience is going to be. And I think I've got some coming up here in a minute. Well, anyway, oh, there's one. Good. So this is a picture of our St. Helena tasting room, and as you can see, there are all of the places where you sit are socially distanced. So you'll come in. Everybody wears a mask. Our staff all the time. You will until you get to your designated spot, and then once you're in the place there, then you can take your mask off and just enjoy yourself. And I think we have some more here that are coming in. We'll show you, this is another one of our tastings. This is the one that's over in Healdsburg, our Walt Baca facility. And what we've done here is we've taken out several of the tables, so we have more of a distance between them. You'll arrive and you can sit out on the balcony and enjoy the beautiful view and the beautiful wines. And we have some more. Yes, I wanted you to see this one because we pre-pour the wines. That way you'll have less contact with the wine educators, and that's it's healthier, I think, for all of you. And so you can still ask us questions, and we'll be around and to share information with you, but we want you to be able to distance and from us and still enjoy the wines. And I think that might be the only question. The only other picture we've got, if we've got another one, we'll bring that up. But okay. Anyway, all of these tasting rooms are open. You can make a reservation. Actually, reservations are required. Do that by coming on our website, any of our websites, and you can book your stay. And we are just there and very, very ready for you. We've got a fabulous program today, and we're going to be tasting some great wines from our Chill and Grill set. There we go. There's some pictures to show you of those. So the three wines we're going to have are the Baca Rosé, the Walt Pinot Noir from Clos Pepe Vineyard, and the third wine is the always very popular Jack's Masterpiece Cabernet Sauvignon, your 2016. So that's the lineup. If you want to buy any more of these wines, this is a great time to do it. You can buy them on our website. They're part of the Chill and Grill set, and all of the wines in that set, not just these three, are available for 20% off. You just go to the up until Sunday at midnight. So you can do that and enjoy. Now, to our very, very special guest, who all of us are so excited to welcome. He is one of only 11 managers in Major League Baseball who has more than 2,000 wins. He brought the World Series title home to San Francisco for the first time ever. And he didn't stop there. He did it again and again. So it is such a pleasure to welcome today a three-time World Series winner, former San Francisco manager of the Giants, Bruce Bochy. And there he is. Hey, Bruce. Welcome.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me on. It's good to see you again. I haven't seen you since, I think, back when you were in the dugout there at the ballpark.
I was. And I want you to, one of my absolutely prized things that you gave me, I'm sure you have That is probably, I'm just guessing, not the only one you ever signed, but it's the only one that I have signed by you, and I cherish it. So,
well, thank you. I got to work on that handwriting a little bit, but thank you. It
that's
was
okay.
great to
We
have
all
you.
know you.
No, it was great to have you down at the ballpark.
Well, we loved it. So, where are you now? Because you're not in
I'm
France,
in,
I'm thinking.
I'm in San Diego. I just left San Francisco last week and drove down here to San Diego. So I'll be down here for a couple of weeks, and then I'm gonna head back up to San Francisco. I have my son and daughter-in-law and a couple of my grandkids staying with me. So we're down here for a couple of weeks. But I'm looking in the background, and I wish I was in Napa right now. I can tell you that. That's beautiful.
Well, thank you. I got to tell you, it's hot here, and I'm sure it's really hot there. And I'm thinking both of us it's time for us to have our first wine, which is this. This is our Baca Rosé, and I am going to just pass you this little old can.
Well, thanks.
The
Thank you.
magic of internet. Okay, and then
Yeah.
what we just do, you just pop it like a can.
Now this is a first for me. I will tell because I've been to your vineyard and your tasting, and but this is the first time I've had back. So I'm looking forward to it.
So most of Baca's wines are, well, they're all Zinfandel, or all except a couple are Zinfandel, but they are, which that we make a lots of red Zinfandels, and all very much like the Hall and Walt line, which is they're very terroir specific and really we think beautifully made. But we are so excited that this can be in a can, which we were very hesitant to do because we didn't know if it could keep the quality. But
I can tell you now, I was thinking about that too. Now, how good can this be out of the can? It's outstanding. It
do
really
you
is.
like it?
Oh, I
Oh.
love it. No, it's yeah, a cute, nice little can, easy. No, I think this is going to be a hit. I know it's going to be a hit around my house because I have some women here that will be drinking this by the pool.
Well, that's the idea. We thought it's great for like the beach, for a hike. I'm thinking also probably for the ballpark, just saying.
Yeah, right. No, that's good. No,
So anyway,
that's
thank
being
you.
innovative. I love it, and it's really good too. I get a little grapefruit. You get it a little bit.
Totally, totally. For me, it's grapefruit, sort of a pink grapefruit actually for me.
Yeah,
And absolutely. For me, and maybe a little bit of strawberry,
right. Yeah.
but
No,
it's,
it's good. Very tasty.
oh,
Yeah.
I'm so glad
Nice
you like
work.
it.
Nice job.
Thank you. Well, we're thrilled with it. Now, so Bruce, you have spent really probably most of the summers of your life, maybe not every summer of the life, um, with baseball. But now you're not. So you're at least right now in the summer, you're in San Diego there, and you've got your grandkids, right?
Right. No, it's a little strange. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be honest. But I think with what's happened, it's probably been that way with everybody. Even if I was managing, because I'd be at the house just like I am now. But with that said, 25 years of managing, it's strange not to be working. I see my three grandkids.
Yeah, I just happened to have that little picture there.
Yeah.
Tell us about now. Who is this?
Oh man, they're keeping me young, man. Yeah, the
Oh,
first one, Blakely on the left, she will be 2 in August. That's my youngest, Brett's daughter, and I mean she's full of energy. Her and Braxton, but she keeps me on the move, and she actually lives just a few miles from me. So it took me a while to get in her inner circle when she was around 7, 8 months, but now she loves Papa, so she spends a lot of time with me. And the middle one, yeah, Maddox. You can tell we're not starving her, man. She's got some guns on her. She's 4 months old, and so she's just now finding out what's going on in the world. But she's just been a joy. And on the far right is Big Braxton. Braxton, he thinks he rules the world. In fact, every day he raises his hand and says, "I'm king of Dino Land," and he goes all day until he hits his nap, and he comes back up. he may walk in his door anytime, and he'll want a sip of this wine. Trust me.
Well, hey, and I'm sure Papa's going to let him do it. So so are they? Do any of them sort of like to play with balls? I'm hoping that's the case.
Yeah, a little bit, Braxton. He's into the trucks. He can name every truck: excavator, bulldozer, front end loader. But he plays a little baseball, and so I think when he sees me, he has to wear his Giants hat because he associates me with the San Francisco Giants. So
Funny
it's pretty
about
cool.
that.
Once I walk in the house, he'll run and get his hat. So I think he's a little confused now because I'm not going to the ballpark.
So are you an expert on all those hand signals, that sign language with babies now?
I know more. I know that one.
Yeah, more. That's the one I know.
Yeah. She gives me that one a lot. Well, we have somebody that helps them out, and she's taught her Spanish. So she gets them a little confused now. So it's funny, but she can count to 20 in English and Spanish, and it's pretty amazing how fast she has picked up Spanish because I played 5 years of winter baseball, and she may know more than I know now.
Whoa, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
I played 3 in Venezuela, 1 in Puerto Rico, 1 in Dominican Republic, and I think she can outdo me.
so, by the way, could you? I think when you were putting your hand up here a minute ago, I saw something that I would love you to maybe share a little bit with everybody. Could we see that hand again?
Oh, yeah. You know what? I've been missing baseball, so I've been wearing this a little bit more. This is our 2014 ring, and it should have a picture of Madison Bumgarner on it with incredible postseason that he had. But occasionally I wear them. I didn't wear them at all last year during the season, and I said, you know what? I'm going to start wearing them just to keep me in a good mood because of all the tough times we're going through. And you got to remember those great times, Catherine. And sometimes we don't take enough time and cherish them.
I couldn't agree more. I actually think that's one of the lemonades that's come out of COVID is that we are learning better to cherish important things in our lives.
Right.
So-
So anyway, I've been enjoying it, and
Oh my gosh! Well, wait a minute! Don't put it away just yet. Can we? Is it really, really heavy?
yeah, this is the biggest of the 3. I got to get in the picture here, but
Yeah.
this is the gaudiest. The one I usually wear if I went out somewhere and I wanted to wear one would be the 2010 ring, the first one. That probably, if people ask me which was my favorite, I probably would lean that way. But they're like your kids. I love them all, and there's a great story behind all of them. And I've been wearing this one the last couple weeks occasionally here. Just it's not like I'm going anywhere, but to the grocery store or something maybe. But just to try to keep things upbeat around the house. So
Yeah.
actually, I don't know if you can see. I did get the trophies. They're behind me. So if I ever get down, I know you can see one. If I get out of the way, you might.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Yeah.
You see them?
Yeah.
There's 3 of them there. So
Oh my gosh!
So that's of course the pride and joy for all of us that were involved in that, including the fans, everybody.
It's such a joy, and it's a joy that we all so share. Now, Bruce.
I'm liking this one.
Great! I'm so glad. Me too. Me too. Now, where did I do with mine? So, there's going to be so many questions people are going to want to ask you, and we're taking questions. And to all of you who are watching, we're going to do our best to get as many of your questions in as possible. Right now, Bruce, if you're game, I'm going to do a series of some rapid fire questions. So these are sort of short questions and probably short answers. And
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'm good.
Here we go.
All right.
Let me get these ready. All right. What is, I'm going to start off sort of easy, I think. What is your second favorite sport? Your second favorite sport?
I'd say football. I enjoy watching football, and we all played a little bit when we were young, but that's number two for me.
Okay. After a tough game, what's your go-to drink?
Well, Catherine, good question. It depends if we win that tough game or if we lose that tough game.
Okay, let's do both.
Okay, we'll do both here. The mantra in the dugout, and Pablo would be the one that would chant it. The skipper wants vino tonight. If we lose, then I wouldn't drink wine. So I'd have a beer, maybe Sage would come down. We might have a drink or something. But if we won that tough game, then we get to open up a bottle of wine. And that was for me. I mean, the staff could do what they wanted, but they knew when we won that wine was being opened in my office. So going back to Tim Flannery, I would have to go to do the press conference. And by the time I got back, that bottle would be gone. And so I'd be opening up another one or two. But so anyway, that's what I do. And Brian Sabian, to add to that, he was so good. He would hang in the office after a tough game. And, he just helped me decompress. And he lived by me across the street. We'd walk across the street about 1:32 in the morning every time we had a tough game.
Wait, okay. So wine when you win, and a tough game you'd have.
And a game that tough game or an easy game, if we won, I got wine.
Yeah.
If we lost the game, then it had to be a beer or something
else. Beer. Okay, got it. Okay. What's your favorite World Series memory?
Gosh, I got three of them. And I know I'm on the fence on this, but Bumgarner getting that pop up in the seventh game of the World Series in that one. Romo, the last pitch to strike out Cabrera, and Brian Wilson striking out Cruz. So I'd have to put those three.
Love them. Love it. Oh, okay. Who is a baseball player that you'd like to share a glass of Catherine Hall Cabernet with? I'm just saying.
Oh, a baseball player. You know what? I'd pick two on my team, either Jeff Samardzija or Evan Longoria. They're big wine guys that they enjoy a nice glass of wine too. And so I would like to sit down and drink your great wine with them.
Thank you. Yeah, it's nice when you're sharing a good wine. It's nice to share it with someone who appreciates it too, I think.
Right.
Okay, what's your ball cap size?
I'm an 8 1/8.
Okay.
8 1/8. That's I guess one of my claims to fame. It's not like I was a really good ball player or anything, but I had the biggest head in baseball, and I had this helmet, Catherine, and this helmet had to be specially made. So when I got traded, that helmet had to go with me, and we had to repaint it to change colors. I had to take it to winter ball with me. And a quick story, I know I got long on this one. One time I got mad after I struck out. I slammed my helmet down, broke it. I wanted to cry because it took like 2 weeks to get another one. So we had to kind of glue that thing together to get me through for 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay. Did you ever accidentally send the wrong sign to a player?
Oh, yeah. Well, not so much to the player as much as to the third base coach. I did that a couple times because, my signs, they were pretty simple, but there were signs that, you don't think about and you do anyway, touch your face and they go, oh, he put that on. Me too. So that was, by accident. It's not like I did on purpose. But and one time I did tell a player to go up there and I said, whatever you do, don't bunt to first base. And he took that as don't bunt. And so he swung and hit in a double play. He goes, well, you said don't bunt. I said don't bunt to first base. There's runners on first and second.
Yeah. That goes in the category that words matter, right? Okay. Last question. When do we get to host you up here in Napa Valley again?
Well, I hope to get up there soon. A couple weeks. I've been up there twice, and I tell you what, my family, they had the best time. My brother from Florida, his wife was there. My brother, my sister, and Mike just took such great care of us. Then I went again with Felipe Alou, who was the manager before me, and his family, to sit around and look at the vineyard and sip great wine. You can't have a better day. My wife wants to move to Napa. We've been looking a little bit at Napa and Sonoma, so she loves it out there, and she's not a drinker, but she just loves the beauty of it and the little town. So don't be surprised if you get a neighbor up there somewhere.
Wow. I would love that. And by the way, every real estate agent that's watching this is now going to text you, but okay. So it's time for our next wine. And I'm going to actually bring on our president of the winery, Mike Reynolds, and he's going to walk us through these. And there he is. You guys know each other. I think the last time you saw each other, you were at the winery with Philippe Alou.
Yeah, we were, Bruce was here in October, right after he retired with Felipe Alou and I think Bruce's wife and Felipe's family. And we had a few bottles of wine that day. It was a good day.
Yay. So, all right, let me, Mike, I'm going to just get out our bottle of wine, and through the magic of the internet, I'm going to pour each of you gentlemen a glass. So you're our guest, Bruce. Let me pour this for you first. Got it. Yay! I'm telling you, Mike, Bruce has really got this down. Okay, into you. There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cheers. So this is a Pinot Noir. It's with the we make all our Pinots under the Walt label, which is named after my father, Bob Walt, who was not only a grower, he grew grapes for other wineries, but he was also such a huge San Francisco Giants fan, and I so wish, and a big fan of Philippe Alou, actually of all the Alous. So I just so wish he could be appreciating this today. So Mike, tell us about this wine.
Yeah, so this wine comes from the Clos Pepe Vineyard, which is located in the Santa Rita Hills near the town of Lompoc, very close to Vandenberg Air Force Base. And so the great thing about this site is it's really close to the ocean, which is great for Pinot Noir. And it has really interesting soils, which actually at one time were an ancient seabed. But more importantly, is what the wine tastes like. And it's got delicate red fruit characters, but it's deceiving because the wine smells, delicate, but on the palate, it's really powerful and strong and has very rich Pinot Noir flavors.
Well, I love this wine. What do you think, Bruce? I know you're more of a cab guy, I think, or are you?
You know what? I was, but I enjoy all different kinds of wine. But I'm going to say this: if you're a cab guy, this is you're going to enjoy this Pinot. It's powerful. It's got some boldness to it. I've had this before, to be honest, and I love it. Because I have some friends that come in my office and they like Pinot, so we have Walt there that they enjoy. So. But this, this isn't a nice, it's a pretty big wine for a Pinot, isn't it, Mike? I don't know. You're the expert.
Oh, for sure. This is a big, rich Pinot Noir, but more importantly, delicious. So.
Oh, it's outstanding. No, I drink it a lot. Now, I've never had, this is 17? Right.
Yes, 2017. I had to look at the bottle here.
Yeah.
No, I've actually had this at, I have some here, but no, it's outstanding, isn't it? Yeah,
well, we love it. We love it.
It go with anything too. That's what I love about it.
That's the thing for me about Pinot Noir is if you're going to have only one wine at a meal, which I have to say doesn't happen very often in my household, but you could actually do a Pinot Noir. You can start, it can work through a salad and all the way through the entree and even in dessert in some cases. So I love it.
So Bruce,
It's good. It's a little. I actually taste a little earthy. Is that me or
wow, you're good.
a
Absolutely.
little bit?
Yeah,
That's
I think
Good.
one of the things that's really distinctive about this part of California, for me, is all the wines that come from this place have almost a chalky character to it, and we've convinced ourselves over the years that that's a function of the soil, and it just gives it a beautiful texture.
Oh, it's so good.
So, Bruce, Mike and I have put together a game for the three of us to play. The two of us know about it. You don't yet, but you're such a sport. I'm hoping you're going to go for it.
I
So,
better drink some more.
yeah, you better. You better enjoy that Pinot. So, we call this the gut test game. And we designed this for you because you are known as a guy who makes decisions based on your gut. You follow your gut and your instincts. So we put together some questions, some about wine, mostly about baseball, and we're just going to ask them to you. And then we would love to hear, what's your gut? How do you react? What decision would you make in these situations? Okay.
I'm good. You're going to find out. I don't know that much about wine, but here we go.
Well, I think I'm up first, and the first one's about baseball. So you're going to nail this one. So you've got a big left-handed hitter coming up. It's the bottom of the ninth inning. There's a runner on second. You're ahead in the game. We'll call it Bruce Harper, and you've got a choice. You want to throw out one of your left-handed pitchers who's really a left-handed batter specialist, like Javier Lopez or Jeremy Affeldt, or you can bring in a closer like Brian Wilson. Which way do you go?
No, it's a good question. Now, there's a few things that I need to know. I mean, the score. Did you give me the score?
You're ahead, and there's a runner on second.
Oh, we're ahead by, I take it, a run. And home or road, all these things will come into play. If we're on the road, how well he's swinging the bat. I'm not getting on the fence, but to answer your question, if it's a ninth inning and we have to get them out, and you got a Rendon behind them, a really good hitter, I'm going to still bring in Wilson, my closer. I'm going to hand him the ball because he's the guy that I want out there. Nothing against Affeldt or Lopez, any of my lefties, but he's my ninth inning guy, and I'm going with him. I know it's not quite the matchup you want, but that's the guy that I want out there if I'm going to win or lose a game.
Awesome.
Whoa. This is very cool, I have to say. Okay, question number 2. This is wine related. Now, Bruce, since Napa Valley bested France back in the 70s in a blind tasting of Cabernet, we have really grown in importance. Our recognition around the world has really grown. And that's because we now produce this is a true or false question. This is because we now produce over 50% of California's wine production. True or false?
Woo! Let me think. You're talking Napa Valley. We got the Central Coast. We got. You know what? I still got to say true.
Oh. Well, no.
Well, that doesn't count Sonoma.
Oh, yes. No, it doesn't count Sonoma, just
Okay.
Napa Valley.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm thinking
Okay, would you like to revise?
Yeah, can I change my answer? That's not true. That's false.
Well, you are correct. It is false. We here in Napa Valley, we actually are very small. We only produce 4% of California's wine production.
You're kidding me. I would have never gotten that.
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
That is incredible.
Yeah. So if you look at just look at the size. Napa Valley itself is about 30 miles long, and you compare that to the Central Valley, which you were commenting on a minute ago. That's 300 miles long. So we really are teeny in the world of
wine production in California.
Yeah.
How about
I made a mistake putting Sonoma in there with Napa Valley, and you can't do that. Okay. But still wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, it wouldn't have. Okay, Mr.
I'm
Reynolds.
up next. Yeah. All right. So this question is causing me trauma. So I'm super excited about baseball coming back, but I've heard that they're incorporating the designated hitter with the National League. And as a lifetime Giants fan and a fan of the senior circuit, I'm very disappointed. And I want to hear your thoughts on that subject.
Yeah. You know what, Mike, I'm with you on the disappointment. I don't want to see it in the National League, but I will say, we're in different circumstances right now. And if you look how this season's going to start, these starters aren't going to be out there that long. They're not going to have time to work on their hitting, and you're risking them, as far as injury more than ever. And so I think if there's a time when I'm okay with it, it's in the 60-game schedule that we're going to have, and so nobody gets hurt, and because you got increased rosters, you're going to see a different game right now. And so these pitchers probably aren't going to be out there for, a couple of bats, or I know for 3 at bats. So this makes sense for this. But next year, I just hope that they don't say, hey, that worked out pretty good. Let's stay with it. I don't want to see it.
Nor do I.
Okay, my turn. It's another baseball question. Bruce, you are in Game 7 of the World Series, and you could choose any of the pitchers you've ever worked with in your whole career when they were at their prime. Who would you start?
Woo! You put me on the spot here.
Well, of course.
Well, you know what? No, not really. You're not, because I don't think a pitcher ever had in the history of the game a better postseason than Madison Bumgarner in 2014. Plus what he did in 10 and 12 in some of those big games. So I got to go with Madison Bumgarner. He'd be my number one. Not far behind him was a pitcher I had years ago, but I wasn't with the Giants. But Kevin Brown was pretty good too.
Wow. Hey, Mike, you have a comment there?
Oh, I thought it would be hard not to say Mad Bum for that. Yeah, I mean, that World Series was unbelievable. So
well, Lincecum and Kane, they're all tough. I mean, what they did, and but if I'm going to look at what they did do and accomplish, Bumgarner's he's got to get the nod. This guy pitched 2 wild card games for us and shut them out. I mean, it's incredible what he's done, when, the game's on the line. So amazing what he accomplished for us.
Yep.
Okay, last question in our gut check series. This is back to wine now. Bruce. So the decision, one of our most crucial decisions that we make as winemakers is when to harvest. So you want to leave the grapes on the vine long enough so that they have plenty of ripeness, so that they're going to have the flavors and the structure and the intensity that you want. But you're now running your harvest. By the way, this may become very real life if you buy some property up here. Who knows? So here we go. So here you go. You've got this situation in your vineyard. You'd love to be able to harvest right now, but you can't because the sugars aren't right. It just doesn't have the ripeness that you want. But you just learned that there is a storm coming. So there's going to be a lot of probably torrential rain. And if that comes, that's going to dilute the intensity of the fruit. So the question is, do you pick now, stay with what you get, or do you try to sweat it out during the rains with the hope that you might be able to get some more ripeness after the storm?
And yeah, I tell you, great. That's a good one. That's like, if you got a rain coming before the game starts, you got Lincecum pitching. You got rain predicted to come early in the game. Do you start them or somebody else? I've been in that situation. You know what? I probably, I think I'm going to pick. I don't want to risk losing the whole crop and somehow find a way. If you, I don't, Mike, you'll tell us, I'm sure, here in a second. Let them sit a little bit, or maybe there's something you can do to, make the adjustment so there's not too much sugar. What's it called? Bricks?
The bricks,
Whatever.
exactly.
Yeah. And so I think I probably would be a little conservative and pick a little bit early.
Great. Okay, so Mike, what would you like to give us your, masterful?
Yeah, I don't know about masterful, but we tend to believe in risk reward, and we're about making the very best wine. So I would say, I think our answer would be, of course, we look at the likelihood of the weather and the health of the grapes, but maybe most importantly, if we can let those grapes hang, we're going to, because we think a little more maturity makes the wine better. So I would say we default more towards taking the risk and letting them hang a little bit longer and going for it. So
I like it. I like it.
Hey.
You got a brand. You're going to stick with your brand. It's making great wine, and you're not going to compromise it.
No.
Bad on my part. I'm
Yeah.
a risk taker, so
there you go.
I should answer with you.
Yeah.
So I think we should go on to our third wine. We're having so much fun. It's hard to think about wine, but we love wine and we want to share this wonderful third bottle too. So Mike,
Sure.
you're going to lead us through this and you're going to pour it for us, I think.
I'm going to pour it. Yeah. So the third wine is called Jack's Masterpiece. So Catherine, I'm going to pour you some here. Here you go.
Yeah, got it. Okay, got it.
All right, Bruce.
Nice.
Got it. Thanks.
There you go. Beautiful. I have my glass right here. So if you don't know, this wine is actually named after my youngest son, Jack. And we started making this wine in 2005. And the wine is named after the piece of art that's on the label, Jack's Masterpiece. And you can see a picture here of Jack painting the painting when he was 18 months old. It's actually, I think, over one of my shoulders here. You can see it in the background. But this is a wine that we blend every vintage to be rich and powerful and show off the dark fruit that Cabernet can exhibit. And also has really sort of deep, intense structure. So this is a wine that's beautiful to drink now, but is a wine that's really built for long-term aging. So I hope you enjoy it. Cheers.
Oh, this is, outstanding, Mike. I got to tell you, I have some here, and Felipe loved it. And when you hosted us, that was my gift to him. I sent him some of this, and he loves it, and because he loves his red wine. And but it's rich, it's bold. I love it. You did great job on this. Nice work.
Yeah, well, it's a team effort here, led by our winemaker Megan Gunderson, and we all blended together, and it tastes pretty good right now. So
it's outstanding, isn't it? Oh my goodness.
Okay, can we just do one last baseball question? And that is, so Bruce, if you were going to compare this wine to a player, who would you compare it to?
You know what? Big, strong. I gotta go Baumgartner again.
Whoa.
I'll go with him. Now I know Posey would love this. He enjoys his wine, Samarja and Longoria again. But I'm thinking big. This thing, man, it's outstanding. It's a very, very powerful wine.
Whoa! It is. This time has flown by. I speaking for myself, but I'm sure for you as well, Mike. Thank you so much, Bruce, for sharing your wisdom with us. Just being such a great sport. We miss you, and we're so glad you're here. I love the idea that you may be coming back up to Napa. So, any last thoughts there?
Well, first of all, you're thanking me. I'm here Friday evening drinking some unbelievable wines, beautiful wines, and having great conversation with you guys. I thank you. And this is a nice breakthrough, all we're going through. And to everybody out there, it's, I mean, we got to lighten things up and enjoy life. And you let me do it right now. So I thank you. And I hope to see you up there pretty soon, because there's nothing like a nice glass of wine in Napa.
Cheers. I can't wait to have you back and we can share a glass again back here in Napa. So cheers, Bruce.
And cheers, everybody. Cheers to you,
And thank
Mike.
you.
And
Again,
thank you.
Thank you so much for letting me join you and enjoy these beautiful wines. Thank you.
Well, we hope you've had fun, because I can tell you that Mike and I have had an absolute ball. Thank you, everybody, so much for joining us. Remember that these wines, these are part of our Chill and Grill set. You can buy these online on any of our websites for Walt or Hall or Baca. Up until Sunday night at midnight, they're offered 20% off. And Mike.
Yeah, since it's a baseball theme tonight, I just leave you with one of my favorite baseball quotes, which is attributed to Casey Stengel and then paraphrased in Bull Durham, which is, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes it rains. So here's everybody. Have a good evening. Thanks.
Yeah, to everybody from us, thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back on Monday on Instagram Live with Baca Wines with Nick Rouleau, Broadway star Nick Rouleau. He's fabulous. You're going to love him. We'll see you then. From us at Hall Wines and Walt Wines and Baca Wines, stay healthy and sip up.